Queen Tulsa, baby. Your favorite shade, your hottest tea, and your headline queen. The Wendy Williams of YouTube, iconic, epic, and always petty when I need to be. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Cameras on, baby, I control the stage. Every headline bends when I set the page. Hot topics burn, I deliver with grace. Shady little smirk while I give you faith. From the gossip rooms to the YouTube fight, turn petty words into sleepless nights. If I say stops here, then it's all through. No one drops tea like I do. I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Like and subscribe, let the numbers climb. Serving raw truth with a touch of divine. Breaking news, baby, I say it bold. Every word drips, hotter than gold. Discussing cases, I keep receipts. I'm a boss in heels with the fire and heat. You want the tea, I'll pour it smooth. I'm Queen Tulsa, baby, I set the mood. Sweet on the lips, but sharp when I speak. Petty when I want, but my shade unique. Iconic, epic, I reign supreme. Queen Tulsa, the boss, I'm the headline queen. Don't get it twisted, baby. You came for the gossip, but you stayed for the queen. I don't chase views, views chase me. Now sip that tea, and don't forget to hit that like. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you like. And remember, if I say it stops here, it stops here.
All right, greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. Tonight, this morning, this rising, today is Saturday, February the 28th. The current time is 2:19 a.m., and that is Central Time. Registered as offender stays in Fresno City Council race. What's next? In this thought-provoking video, we delve into the controversial candidacy of Rene Campos, a registered as offender who has announced his intention to run for the Fresno City Council seat representing District 7. This district encompasses Old Fig Garden, East Central Fresno, and parts of Southeast Fresno. As Councilman Nelson Esparza's term comes to an end, Campos enters a competitive race, bringing up a unique perspective to the political landscape. Rene Campos is candid about his past, stating, "I believe Fresno deserves leaders who are honest from the very beginning, not the end." He emphasizes his commitment to transparency and rehabilitation, asserting that he is ready to put his life on the line for the community he wishes to serve. Join us as we explore the implications of his candidacy, the reactions from the community, and what this means for the future of Fresno politics. And I want you guys to stay tuned for insights, interviews, and a deeper understanding of the issues at stake in this pivotal election. So if you guys can, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and tell somebody that we are live. Trigger warning. And there is a video that I did want to go ahead and bring up, and this is just an interview of Rene Campos. We're going to listen to this, and then we can give our opinions after the video. All right, trigger warning.
Hello, my name is Rene Campos. I'm a candidate for District 7. Today I've called this conference. Today it's not about one man. Today it's about the Constitution. The First Amendment does not belong to the comfortable. The Equal Protection Clause does not apply to only the popular. And the right to seek public office does not depend on whether these in power approve you. When government officials publicly discuss how to block a single candidate from appearing before voters, that's not policy debate. This is institutional overreach. The Constitution does not grant government the authority to pre-select who is worthy of the democracy. Voters decide, not councils, not rhetoric, not fear. If the standard becomes, we are uncomfortable, then rights become conditional. And unconditional rights are not rights at all. I have accepted responsibility for my past. I've completed every requirement of the court. I've imposed the law as spoken. The sentence was served. In America, rehabilitation is not a slogan. It is a legal principle. So the question is not whether I make people uncomfortable. The question is whether our institutions respect the rule of law when it is convenient and inconvenient. Democracy is the strongest when it trusts its voters. If we abandon that principle, we abandon the foundation of this republic. The election belongs to the people of District 7 and no one else.
Okay, so like I said, triggering. I want to see what the people were saying in the comments on this particular video. So let's go ahead and take a listen. I mean, not take a listen, but let's go ahead and see if there are any comments on this video. Are there any comments? Okay, good. All right, so, and this is bringing awareness. I think that we should really start observing and getting involved in voting because we need to know who we're voting for. I'll start there. Someone says, we really do live in a South Park episode. Someone says, I wonder if the victim would say the same thing. PDF Hill, no, you need to get life in prison. Someone else says, Hill to the no. Someone else says, the election belongs to people who obey the laws, don't have criminal backgrounds as offenders, and don't excuse their past behavior with children polishing themselves with speeches and lies. Don't expect us to excuse you because it's not going to happen. Someone says, we're also going to someone says, are we dead ass? Someone says, what the F is going on in Fresno? Someone says, you're not a man and you're not rehabilitable. But you're right about one thing. Our justice system is indeed broken. The fact that you are breathing free air instead of rotting for the rest of your miserable life in prison is proof of that. Someone says, I vote no for Rene Campos. No. Someone else says, before we vote, we need to check the list first. And see, this is my thing. In this time, day, atmosphere, Ms. Rene Campos, it's going to be a no for me. Okay, so we're going to go to this one. Oh. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into... Okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this this clip right here. Because this one is longer. Yeah, this one is longer. Let's take a look at this one. As it uploads, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell somebody that we are live. Okay. Just bear with us.
YouTube, iconic, epic, and always petty when I need to be. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Cameras on, baby, I control the stage. Every headline bends when I set the page. Hot topics burn, I deliver with grace. Shady little smirk while I give you faith. From the gossip room to the YouTube fight. Turn petty words into sleepless nights. If I say stop here,
All right, so as we are waiting for this, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen on that. And we are going to look for another way to bring that up. Give me one moment as I go ahead and do that. Now, this particular story right here, this is in Fresno, California. So some people that commented on those posts, on those in the comments, some of those people, I don't know if they are from Fresno. I don't know if they're from Fresno, but they are saying no. Okay, so there was another interview that was, I want to say about 8 minutes long, right? Okay, let's see. All right, here it is right here. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, share this with you all. Let me know if you can hear by putting a 7 in the chat. All right. If you can hear, just please put a 7 in the chat. Let me see.
If I say it stops here, it stops here.
Okay.
Queen Tulsa, baby. Your favorite shade. Your hottest tea. And your headline queen.
Okay, so for some reason, it's still like,
Always petty when I need to be.
you guys, give me one moment. Give me one moment, please.
Every headline bends when I set the page. Hot topics burn, I deliver with grace. Shady little smirk while I give you faith. From the gossip room to the YouTube fight. Turn petty words into sleepless nights. If I say stops here, then it's all through. No one drops tea like I go. I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Like and subscribe, let the numbers climb. Serving raw truth with a touch of divine. Breaking news, baby, I say it bold. Every word drips, hotter than gold. Discussing cases, I keep receipts. I'm a boss in heels with the fire and heat. You want the tea, I pour it smooth. I'm Queen Tulsa, baby, I set the mold. Sweet on the lips, but sharp when I speak. But my shade unique. Iconic, epic, I reign supreme. Queen Tulsa, the boss, I'm the headline queen. Don't get it twisted, baby. You came for the gossip, but you stayed for the queen. I don't chase views, views chase me. Now sip that tea, and don't forget to hit that like. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube.
All right, you all, we are back. All right, guys, we are back in one moment. As I go ahead and bring up this footage, please make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're just joining us, we are breaking the story. There is a Fresno City Councilman candidate. Well, he's estimate, and he is running for office. His name is Rene Campos. Okay, Rene Campos. Just to give you a little bit of background on Rene. Rene is a 41-year-old Fresno native and registered sex offender, currently running for the Fresno City Council District 7 seat in the 2026 primary election. His candidacy has sparked significant local and national controversy due to his criminal background, and that is he is a convicted sex offender. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a listen. He's a registered sex offender. I'm sorry.
Will seek any legal available option available to me.
Is there a reason you chose this location to do this announcement?
I feel the city of Fresno, there are certain areas that represent rehabilitation, people. This church has been here for hundreds of years. Forgiveness isn't something that is just given to you. It is not handed. You earn it day by day, minute by minute. That's what I'm doing. I'm not asking, I'm not demanding. I'm saying grow with me, trust me.
The last we checked, you haven't officially filed yet for the candidacy. What's the status on that?
Yes, that was brought up yesterday. I will be doing that. I spoke with the office this morning. I will be going in the next few days to put the name on the ballot to make it official.
What made you hold a press conference here today?
I felt the rhetoric deserved response. I don't pay attention to internet rhetoric. However, I feel the city is stirring it in a way it's targeting one person and it needs to be addressed. If they can't address me publicly, privately, or when I professionally have asked them, hey, do you want to discuss this? No response. So here I am saying, City of Fresno, you want to talk to me? Let's talk.
Have you ever talked one-on-one with any of the city council members in person?
Not one of them has reached out to me. I have voiced my opinions. I have met with the other candidates. I have shook their hands while they smiled in my face, and I said, is there anything you want to discuss? No. They chose to go on the news and say, I don't belong here. I don't belong in this race. What type of person doesn't belong here? Today, I don't belong. Tomorrow, they don't belong. So what are we saying? Does the Constitution matter anymore? The laws they're pushing on us, they want us to believe in them. You want us to follow them. You follow them. I've been accountable. Let's hold them accountable.
All right. So there is Rene Campos. Rene says, you know what? I done went down. I done did my time. I'm back out here. Now, Rene, I don't believe mentioned the Epstein files. I don't think that Rene mentioned that. But I do want to give you guys a little bit of information on Rene's background and career, professional life. Campos, let's get into it. Campos has over 10 years experience in the food service industry, working his way from a cook to management at McDonald's, and later serving as a general manager for various Wendy's locations. You know, his legal history: in 2018, he was arrested for possession of child sexual abuse material after a cyber tip led investigators to his residence. In 2021, he pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor, a charge, served 27 days in jail, and was placed on 2 years of probation. He is now a lifetime registered as offender under California's Megan's Law political campaign platform, running for District 7, Central, and Southeastern Fresno. Campos focuses on public safety, mental health services, and reducing crime. He argues his lived experience with homelessness and the legal system allows him to understand and reform laws from the inside. His eligibility: under California law, registered as offenders are not prohibited from running for a holding public office once they have completed their sentence and are no longer on parole. So, what are your thoughts? Let's get into it.
Lead by example.
One of the candidates running against you, Nader, says that you should be disqualified because of your past. What are your thoughts on that?
I prefer to focus on the law, not rhetoric. Freedom of speech allows us to say any kind of political jargon we want. At the end of the day, the law's what matters. Democracy what matters. Voting's what matters. Not the rhetoric of a candidate running, spreading what I call fear.
What are your next steps for the plans of your campaign?
The next steps of my campaign are to focus on the candidates. My next focus is to focus on District 7 and its constituents and what I can do to help. There is another issue that I'd like to address. There is something that has publicly been said. How would I address the issue of schools? I've never said I would go to schools. Over the last few days, mothers have reached out to me angry. I didn't silence them. I talked with them. They said, how could a person like you help? I listened. And I said, I can't fix everything. And I'm not going to promise you the world, but I can give you the advice I learned. That's the best I can do.
Does the conditions of your sentence prevent you from being a certain distance from schools?
There are certain California restrictions people must follow within the law, and I follow the law to the letter.
Can you share some of those restrictions after rehabilitation? Is there any set in place?
As of right now, it's the basic restrictions of California law.
And do you know some of them? Can you share them with us?
It's going to be the California laws that are restricted to that penal code.
There's an elementary school right there. Is that would that be against the rules?
I would say during operational hours, absolutely. I believe they are closed right now. I don't see anyone, and I understand the issue. However,
Now, wait a minute. So, you're outside of a school and you know that you're not supposed to be outside of those schools during those hours. Now, if they come and arrest you, you cannot be upset. You didn't even check the scenery. You didn't even check the who was there. You talking about you don't see nobody. Who's there? Is it working hours or not? Is it school hours or not? And so right then and there, that's when those reporters should have held him accountable. They should have looked to see if the school was closed. And if it was, then okay. But if it wasn't, then what do we do right now? How can you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's get into it. I'm just going to say, like, accountability. This is a prime example. You weren't supposed to be there. So your reply is what?
Would that be against the rules?
I would say during operational hours, absolutely.
Or sentence prevent you from being a certain distance from schools?
There are certain California restrictions people must follow within the law, and I follow the law to the letter.
Can you share some of those restrictions after rehabilitation? Is there any set in place?
As of right now, it's the basic restrictions of California law.
And do you know some of them? Can you share them with us?
It's going to be the California laws that are restricted to that penal code.
There's an elementary school right there. Is that would that be against the rules?
I would say during operational hours, absolutely. I believe they are closed right now. I don't see anyone, and I understand the issue. However, I called it here because I felt this place was important. We can't say this person is that person. I have rehabilitated, And people can't keep saying, I'm afraid of him. If you keep saying that, you don't believe in rehabilitation, you don't believe in what you're voting for. And it's always going to come back to that. But it's up to the voters to decide at the end of the day.
Have you already sought legal counsel at this point, or that's something you're thinking about?
It's only been within the last few hours. It's not.
Okay. So the victim, is the victim aware of this? What what are the next steps? Because if they have that as a law, where he can run, but he can run, the people just have to vote. But, you know, if they choose not to vote for him, but and this is my thing. California, I don't know, California is very different for younger generations. Um, it's a little bit more free. And I'm just keeping it, respectful. We can, really get into the conversation on the back end on Twitch. I can always open the Twitch up and we can always go over there and really have the conversation. But I think that this is very much so controversial. I think that this is definitely a conversation that needs to be had because some people have went through certain situations of trauma and this could traumatize them, you know?
Not something I've looked into yet. Right now, I'm considering it rhetoric.
How have you been handling all of the public backlash?
Can you clarify?
The viral Instagram posts, have you been checking in on that, or is that something you're keeping a distance from?
I know that is something constituents have asked. Do I delete their posts? Do I even read them? I do. That's part of leadership. You don't just read the positive, you have to read the negative. It's a balance. It's growth. I have to hear everything.
What is your reaction to the large number of people coming forward and stating their opinion about it?
People are always going to be uncomfortable when people want to come forward and make change.
And can you kind of clear up, I guess, this question that I have? I believe there was a city council member who said they were checking in with the city attorney's office to see if things do progress and you take that seat if children could be in the same city hall building. Is there, again, I guess I'm asking, any limitations or distance to be next to children in that aspect?
I get your clarification now. Yes, there are certain restrictions on it, as in school operation hours. No, you cannot go into a school. You can't go into that. I understand his concerns. However, if I was chosen for this, I would lead with integrity. And kids, I can't decide whether you feel this way or that way. I'm just asking people to trust me as I move forward. I'm no danger to no one. I put everything out there, every transparent, every single way. Nobody does this in government. Nobody comes out and says from the very beginning, hey, I fucked up. And now I'm back to help this city. I took what they gave me. I learned from it. And now I just want to help.
So correction, the only limitation would be schools, right? Being in schools.
Yes, but I have worked with mothers. Back to that, I have worked with mothers who I have stated I would want them to work with the schools. Mothers who have been affected by things that are not spoken about, things I feel that they need to voice. Today, I had a conversation with a mom. I asked her how she felt about a certain issue that is very controversial right now in Clovis, in Fresno. I won't release the details of it. I asked her how she felt because she came to me. She said, I understood. I understood her pain. I understood what happened to her. I don't want this to happen to anyone. We cannot condone violence towards kids. And if someone like me is saying it, then we need to listen. Look past the label. Right now, we're discussing a violent predator who's been released. How did this happen? How did this happen? But the focus is on somebody who is being transparent. I have not addressed these issues, but I'm against violent crimes. Repeat offenders can't happen. We can offer one chance, but we can't keep giving them.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, is there any other questions?
So thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
your time today.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and head on over to TikTok and see what they are saying. All right, so we're going to go to TikTok and see what the community is saying on the TikTok tab. Now, what I did pull up was okay, so this was 3 days ago. It says a registered as offender has launched a Fresno City Council campaign to represent District 7. Okay, give me one moment. All right, let's take a listen. Okay, so okay. Turn the dashboard. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, so these comments right here. So pretty much someone went on TikTok. Well, his article went on TikTok from the news station. And so we're going to read some of these comments that are on here. So someone says we can do better. I'm running against him. Darn. Okay, so I have to open TikTok to read the comments. Give me 1 second. Yikes. Someone else says, I don't even live in Fresno, but I'm going to find a way to vote no. Let's see. Okay, so we are going to add TikTok. I don't want to add TikTok. I want to look at TikTok. All right, y'all, hold on 1 second. Oh, child, hold on. All right, so now we're here at TikTok. So I'm just waiting for it to load up. StreamYard is doing a number tonight. They are really doing a number tonight. Give me one moment. I'm gonna go ahead and type in the Rene Campos. And child, when I tell y'all, it's a lot of comments from the one that I had just brought up. it was a lot of comments. So I would love to see what the people are saying. They're out there. Somebody said, I'm not even from, Fresno, but no. Okay, so we got people sounding off. All right. So let's go ahead and take a listen, y'all. Because I was a little confused. The daytime, you didn't know the hours, and
You are not your past unless you're a registered sex offender running for city council.
I believe Fresno deserves leaders that are honest from the very beginning, not the end. So going into this, I'm putting my life out there.
Rene Campos, approximately 41, running for city council in Fresno, California. Rene was charged in 2018 with possession of child. Later pled no contest, ended with a misdemeanor. He will forever be registered as a sex offender. Here he said he believes that Fresno deserves honest leaders from the very beginning. And here's where I'm struggling with that. Under California law, there is no restriction for someone with this past to run for city council. To run for your local office in Fresno, you have to be at least 18 years old, a registered voter, and live in the district you're running in. That's it. A no contest plea means you accept conviction, but you're not formally accepting guilt. So legally that counts, but formally we know it's bullshit. Leadership demands credibility. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I personally do not believe that the system's version of rehabilitation equals true accountability. Restrictions and monitorings are safeguards. They are roadblocks. That's not the same as transformation. You can believe.
all right. So let's get into the comments. So someone says, in the state of California, no contest also means not guilty because they're not pleading to yes or no. Someone else says, I wouldn't word it that way. Court treats it the same as a guilty plea. Someone says, I've called him to drop out so we can get back to focusing on real issues. Let's see. It says Rene Campos drop out. Rene's entry into this race has created national mockery. Being a registered sex offender is a disqualification in practice for this job. Hold on, let me see. Let me save this image so I can put it on the community wall. Okay. Give me 1 second. And then I'll share that for anybody that wants to sign a petition to have Rene Campos to drop out. Give me 1 moment. All right, we're going to read some more comments. Okay, so there's no comments there. We're going to mute this up and then we're going to go to the next one. So this one right here, this guy, he's going to explain as well.
Welcome to episode 3 of He Likes Kids. Meet Rene Campos.
So I say, let's choose somebody outside the box.
He's running for Fresno City Council District 7. Rene Campos was charged with possession of child videos in 2021 and pled no contest and was given 2 years probation.
Once you leave prison on probation, you actually are allowed in California to reapply and become a registered voter again, to then make you eligible to be able to run as long as you are living in the proper jurisdiction.
Welcome to episode 3 of He Likes.
Okay, so in these comments, hold on. I wanted to read the comments. Okay, it says these people out here loud and proud and want power to do it. These people should never be able to vote or run for any position, including president. Gavin's, California. It says S offenders should not even be able to vote. Okay, we're gonna go to this video. Any comments? Someone says, yeah, but that's a big no. He will win in California. Actually, he would be loved by MAGA. Oh my goodness. Someone says, no, he won't. Excuse me. Oh, then they got Donald Trump in that thing that they had Jay-Z in. Trump is president right now. Oh, I love Trump. Stay focused. We are not talking about Trump in this post. No, he won't. Good God, I hope not. Somebody says, what in the actual FK? Vote for Ariana Martinez a lot. Are you kidding me? Ah, no gracias. WTH. Seriously? Wow. Oh, hell no. I'm blue all the way, and this is a hell no. This is gross. I'm sorry. Hell no. So a lot of people are saying, says no, no. Is this a trick? Someone says hell no. Okay, so we're gonna go to this next video and see what comments they have. Oh, they got a lot. Okay, let's take a listen to this one. Okay, let's see if it plays. All right, so whenever it decides to play, at this point, okay, so maybe if we mute it, scroll down, and then come back up. We'll try that. Wow. Okay, well, this video isn't playing, so we'll just read the comments. Someone says felons should not be able to vote. Felons should not be able to run for public office. The president has 37 felonies. That means basically they are considering it. Are you freaking kidding me? But yet the president is on the Epstein files. Of course, it's Fresno. What? Okay, so felons can't, but he stated in his interview that his crime was a misdemeanor. The fact alone is disturbing. Indecent exposure will register you as a sex offender. Yes. Let's see. He was arrested for C. Sam, not for
It has
indecent
come to my
exposure.
attention and even hit national news that we have a registered sex offender that is currently running for Fresno City Council. While I respect anybody's ability to serve our community, I find this quite disturbing that we could possibly have somebody of this nature within our government buildings. I think if you want to be an effective council member, you need to, at the very least, be able to go onto school campuses. I would like to know that I can bring my children into City Hall if ever need be. And so I know, or I believe several of my colleagues share similar feelings. And so I look forward to working with them to bring forth legislation to limit somebody's ability to serve publicly if they do carry that badge on them.
And lastly, I did hear some of the concerns of a potential future or former Epstein type candidate coming to this dais. I do want to be very clear. These is a public building. These are public chambers. Any given Thursday, we have kids in this room. We have families. And the last thing I want to be concerned about is whether there's a registered sex offender in these chambers and whether we have to exit the whole building in order to have a public hearing or hear something of importance. So I look forward to legal counsel working on an agenda item for this council to adopt that would ensure no sex offender gets to serve in this role without some significant precautions in place that safeguard the general public's and the employees that we have in this building.
It has come to my attention.
Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna mute this And see, that's what I was saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, this can be triggering to coworkers, to, I mean, the public and all that.
California,
So,
just the gift that keeps on.
what the heck? Okay, so let me see. I wanted to read some more of these comments. But yeah, so when you talk about the coworkers, I mean, like she said, what if I have to bring my children to work and like, that role, there to be, going to schools and, you know, it was just an argument when they were on the news about him being a certain amount of feet from the school. So if it started with questions and you can't even obey the rules and you're doing an interview, just imagine if they were to let you up in the office. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so someone says he was charged with possession of child sexual abuse material, not indecent exposure. The DA's office does that to increase their stats of success. Someone else says, let's see. I'm aware I was helping others understand. Felons can example is our president, and there have been some Congress members that have as well. This is just going to open up. Felons can in 24 states. President Trump did. Trump is a 34-time felon. How do we fix that? Hell if I know. Someone else says, yes, Democrats vote to not make SA crimes, even exposing yourself to kids' felonies. Let that sink in. Hold on. It says who? I don't want to re-elect these people. Someone says I'm a Democrat and I have never voted for that. Someone says the president has 37 felonies. Somebody says, tell me what each is for. Someone says she can't tell you because she doesn't know. All she knows is she sees on what she sees on TV or social media. These people never do their research. Oh, darn it. Okay. So I'm gonna scroll down. So a lot of people are pretty much saying kind of the same thing, like the administration. I see a few people saying the Epstein files. Let me see. That means basically they are considering it. Okay. I think I'll bring this down. The fact those criminals get to walk around free is disturbing enough. This is crazy. I would never understand how you can't vote if you're a felon, but you can vote, but you can run for office. Someone says Fresno has honestly been growing bigger and better. Please don't let this fool get elected and vote. Fresno first 911. Now as offender officials. Fresno, I speak very low of you, but please don't make us any worse. I can't believe we even have to discuss this. Horrible decisions come with lifelong consequences. Why aren't politicians vetted as decades ago? Why is this up for discussion? Yeah, no, that's not okay. We have no, it says we have one as a mayor. What? We have one as a mayor. They say, yep. Oh, hold on. Cops twice probe allegation. Dyer had an affair with a 16-year with a girl 16. Oh. Now, hold on. Let me write this down. See, this is why I like to go through the comments. Because you can find some treasures in the comments. Okay, hold on. So we're about to. All right. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell somebody that we are live. We are doing different content. We're giving you a variety of everything. All right. New Fresno chief city officials won't answer questions about problems early in his career. Wow. Now, hold on, y'all. Let's see. I'm trying to. Yikes. Okay, so now we have more information. It's about to be a domino effect. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Um, okay, hold on. So it's on this one. I can always come back here. Okay, so I want to know, what are y'all thoughts? What are y'all feelings? You have an individual in your town, in your city, that's running for office. They have allegations that are egregious, are traumatizing, are triggering. What do you do? Are you getting out there and voting? Are you saying something? Are you joining the petitions? How would you um respond to this if it was happening in your city? I want to see you guys comment below and let me know how you feel. And guess what? I'll even do a cool one. I'll even respond back. You know what? I'll say, hey, well, hey, you know, not really make it about me, but I'll engage with you when it comes to you guys supporting in the comments. So I just want to thank you all so much for coming out for this live broadcast. And I enjoyed going through the deep dive because now we have more information that we need to look into. So not only do we need to look into Rene Campos and what's going to happen next, but we have to look into this police chief as well. All right. I'm your host, Queen Tulsa. This concludes our broadcast. Until next time, so long.